welcome back to Miss Annette's Little Farm in the Big City. I'm so glad you're here. We're in the garden today, and we're going to take a little field trip to the nursery because we need to get some tomato plants and some peppers and whatever else I can think of. I think a good place to start before I get to the nursery is to walk around the garden with a pad and a pen and write down some of my ideas of some of the things that I want to do in the garden. I know one thing, I need to get some peppers and tomatoes. Let's look around and see what we got going on in the garden. So let's walk around and look at some of the things that are already going on, because I planted a lot of stuff in the early spring, and now that it's starting to get early summer, I have to plant a different kind of plants. The tomatoes and the peppers and the onions and things like that. I had to wait until the last frost. So now I'm going to look around and see what I can change in the garden. I have a very small garden. It's not very big. There used to be a tree here. And when we cut down the tree, I decided it was a perfect place for a garden because it's so sunny. Let's take a look around. Well, these radishes, I need to pull these guys up. I think I'm going to make pickled radishes. Have you ever had those? And my lettuce is coming in strong. I've harvested several times. The good thing about lettuce is that sometimes I'll just pinch it off and it grows right back. My carrots. And my kale's gone a little bit crazy. Well, I've got my weed bucket. First thing on the list is to weed some of the weeds. Weed some of the weeds. Anyway, I like a tidy garden. I like to share the weeds with the goats and the chickens. They're not as picky as the ducks are, and they like to eat the weeds. I have things trimmed down a little bit, so now I'm going to get some soil, and then we're going to head to the nursery. One of my favorite places to dig for soil is in the animal enclosure. It has a lot of natural, organic fertilizer in it, and it digs up worms for the chickens. I'm going to be using this shovel. It's kind of dirty because I've been using it. And when you use a shovel, you see that the shovel has these ridges on the top right here. That's for you to push in with your foot. I'll show you. So I have my shovel, and I'm going to push it in with my foot like this. I'll put all my weight on that. My shovelfuls aren't as big as some people, but it'll be enough for us, won't it, chickens? Huh? Where are those wormies? Where are they, Goldie? I want you to see some of the plants that we got. So we had some red onions and some yellow Spanish onions. I got some more basil, and I got a grape tomato that I'm going to put in a pot. And I had some peppers, and that's basil. And I get some peppers. Let's see, I'm going to show you these peppers. That's some salsa peppers. And I thought I'd try these. They say Hungarian hot. And then, let's see, and a poblano. Now last year I tried some different peppers because I like a lot of hot in my food. And I think I tried the habanero, which I really liked the heat, but I didn't like the taste so much. So I thought I'd try something different. So we'll see how these turn out. I'm waiting for it to cool down a little bit before I put them in the ground because I don't want them to wilt. And it's extremely hot today. It's so crazy. It went from being very cold to being very hot very quickly. It's crazy. Anyway, I wanted to show you what we got. Well, it's late afternoon and it's cooled down a little bit, so I'm going to go ahead and plant my tomatoes. And I've already got the soil ready. And I have my tomatoes here, and I wanted to show you what the tomato looks like. You see the little leaves here? I'm going to plant it all the way down to here, and I'm going to plant it horizontal. This. I'm going to plant this, and then I'm going to plant the other 2 tomatoes that I found earlier while I was weeding the garden. These little babies. We got everything planted in our little tiny garden here on the little farm. But you don't need a big garden to plant things. All you need is some soil, some seeds, and a pot, and you're fine. And if you want to garden more, you can get bigger pots or a garden plot or join a garden club or start a garden club. All kinds of things to do if you want to garden. I'm glad you came to our garden today. Thank you for visiting Miss Annette's little farm in the big city. Make sure you get outside today, and we'll see you next time.